Okay, hi all. Good morning, good afternoon. So, welcome to the other session on ETL. So, before we proceed further, I will quickly uh, revise the concepts whatever we have discussed so far. And one thing, maybe I will not be strictly following this PPT, although we will cover all the topics what is mentioned in the PPT and few other topics as well, which is not in this PPT. Okay, but maybe the flow need not be as per the sheets what is mentioned here. Okay, so this is what we have discussed in last class. So last class we have discussed that. Okay, my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, your screen is
Okay,
visible.
fine. Okay, so ETL, it stands for, where is my 1 minute? 1 minute, guys. Let me open that sheet. Mandatory column. Last week I have taken class on my laptop. That is why I think it is present in laptop. I missed it. 1 minute. Okay, see, quickly I will recap, revise the things what we have discussed. Okay, ETL, it stands for E for extraction. Okay, so extraction. So far we are discussing only about extraction. Okay, and extraction is one of the, I can tell, one of the most important, complex, and complicated stage of any ETL. Okay, many times you will hear people, they'll be telling that why do you think ETL is a complex project? Because you are playing with data here, right? And the importance of data, the importance of numbers, we all know. Extraction is very complicated because here you are getting data from source, right? From external system, and you cannot trust them blindly that yes, the data is of good quality. Trust me, if the source will send you good data, good quality of data, almost 70% of the effort in ETL will be reduced. Is that clear? So source is one of the big headache. Okay, the good quality of data getting is a big headache and all those things. And that is what in interviews the interviewers will ask a question. And that is why in cleaning the data means removing the junk values, removing the bad data, removing the duplicate data, if needed, removing null values, removing blank. Okay, and all those things is a big headache. I will tell you all those challenges. Again, if you're working in full load, what all challenges will be there? Incremental load, what all challenges will be there? And that's why these are some of the common terms which not only data engineer or SQL developer should know, but everyone who is working in data related job profile, everyone should know all these things. Okay, so fine. So last week we were discussing that, okay, if I have received data from source, okay, then what all validations I have to do. These are the few points we have discussed. That first of all, we have to check count of source file. If you remember, I have mentioned that if you have 5 or 4 sources, in my case, I think we have taken the example that I have a restaurant in Delhi, then I have in Mumbai, then I have in Chennai, I have in Kolkata, I have in Hyderabad, right? Because this kind of questions you'll be getting in interviews. And when you are preparing data pipeline for data engineers, I'm telling in this batch, you have to be careful. If in your system, if it is agreed with the business stakeholders that you'll be getting data from these 5 sources, so first of all, you have to check that all the 5 sources have sent the data or not. So that's what the first point we have discussed in the previous class, count of source files. On a particular day, if you have not received data from all these 5 sources, then what you will do, guys?
We will wait for some time, and there are two approaches. First would be that we would wait for certain period. Uh, Second approach is that we would escalate it to the uh, team, whoever is actually responsible, send the data. Third will be that if the scope allows, then we would use the previous day data
Okay.
base of that. Yeah, and
From your answer, I can understand that yes, you have worked in the ETL project, right? And I agree with all the suggestions, the solutions what you have proposed. Now, see, listen. First of all, if it is agreed that you'll be getting data from 5 sources, and instead of this 5, suppose on a particular day, you receive data from these 4 sources only. And listen to these points very clearly. Guys, why I'm telling, because I am I know that I have participants, those who are totally new to ETL world. First thing, someone has joined through the name Artist Hobby. May I know? Okay, dropped. May I know who is this Artist Hobby? Or else I have to remove. Okay. So I have.
Not Tanvir, she's friend of mine, so she has enrolled for the course.
Okay,
Silesa.
fine. Okay, fine. Praveen, I will connect with no issues. Okay.
Okay.
So what I was telling, I forgot what I was. Okay. I know we have participants, those who are totally new to ETL. Okay. I know we have participants those who are already working in ETL projects, but maybe struggling somewhere. I know we have participants, those who are from non-technical background, but I have told them that how you can project that non-technical experience in such a way that it will reflect that no, you have worked in the ETL project. So that is why, guys, you see, if you have worked 4 or 5 years in some other domain, maybe sales or support team or whatever I'm teaching here, listen to that very carefully. Trust me, all your 4 to 5 years of experience in non-technical domain will be rooted. I will help you that you can root in such a way it will appear that no, you have worked in ETL only. And like once you are convinced the interviewer with that is directly going to impact your salary package. So listen to each and every point very carefully. Okay. So that is why I'll be teaching each and every scenario what happens in ETL. Okay. And then I will tell you the consequences of that. And generally, this happens in any ETL project because this program, this course, what I have designed is based on all the ETL projects in which I have worked. In some projects, I was getting data in .csv format. In some projects, we used to get data from .dat format, okay, on some API format. In some data, some other database like SQL Server, we are getting data, we are loading into Oracle. And some cases we're getting data in Postgres, we're moving to Kafka, and then from to the Amazon S3 buckets and all those things. Okay. So listen to all those things very carefully. If it is not clear, please ask questions. Okay. So suppose I have 5 sources and I have received data only from 4 sources. First of all, tell me, what do you think what will happen? What is the suppose I received data only from 4 sources and I have loaded the data. What will happen?
It will not give us a clear picture, and that will definitely affect on forecasting for business perspective.
Good, very good. From these 4 sources, the profit what you will be showing on the report. Now, if I am telling report, okay, so my report means I am talking about Power BI, I am talking about Tableau, or those who are still working on OBI, I am talking about OBI. This reports, I mean, right? Do you think if you have loaded data of these 4 sources and the total profit, if your business stakeholders are asking, so this 4 sources total profit will give you the correct picture to the business stakeholders? Do you think so?
No.
No.
Very simple example I'm telling you. Very simple. I'm just talking from that profit perspective, right? But same thing you can correlate that if you have you can correlate this to losses or assets or revenues, right? So all these things. So do you think that will give the correct picture?
It won't.
No, it will not give the correct picture. So in interview, if you are getting this question that, okay, I have 5 sources, I have received data only from 4 sources. So do you think we should load the data? So what you will tell? No, we should not load the data, right? Now, then they will ask you question that why do you think we will not load the data? See, why part is the most important, and that will give weightage to the interview. If you're able to answer the why part, that is the most important thing. So now if they're asking why, then just give this answer. That's all. That, sir, if you are loading the data from the 5 sources, so that will not give the correct picture. If we are talking about asset, or if I'm telling you, so that asset number or the profit number or the loss number or the total sales number or to the tax number or any other parameter, okay, that will not give the correct picture. And the business stakeholders, maybe they will frame some their understanding with that wrong number. So that is why we should not load data with this number of sources. Is that clear, first of all?
Clear, Tanvir.
Yes,
If you
Tanvir, clear.
guys if you guys want, I will suggest, even I prefer in all my batches, if you want, make a note of all those things after the class, not now. Make a note like, okay, if this is the question in interview, how you have to answer. And trust me, what are questions I'll be telling you during the course, 90% of the course will be from this only. But that is why I'm trying to cover all the nuts and bolts of the system. Okay. So you told that I will not load the data. Then what you will do? That is the next question. That fine, you will not load data. Then what you will do? For that, one suggestion is that we will wait. Okay. One suggestion, what you told, that I will wait. Now listen to this. If you are waiting, okay. Next day, suppose 10 a.m. morning, you have committed to your business stakeholders that you will send them the reports, right? Correct. Now, next day, 10 a.m., your business stakeholders are waiting for a report. But you are still waiting that the Delhi source, they will send the data. So do you think waiting is the good option here?
No.
Oh, how long you will wait, sir? Because this is not the only task which you have to do. After loading data into this, then you will run another job which will load data into the integration layer. And in that, lot of transformation logics will be there. Maybe some of the job will take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. After that, again, you will run another set of job which will load data into the access layer. Then on top of that, then Power BI developer, they will run their query. Then if you have views and all those things, a lot of steps are there. So if you are waiting, how long you will wait? Correct? So never tell this answer. Never tell this answer. I'm not telling in this batch here, you can answer anything. Don't worry about that. Okay. So don't think this answer is good or bad. No. But in interview, never tell that I'm going to wait. Please make a note of this point. So you should not wait. Is that clear, first of all?
Yes, Tanvir.
Clear? And never give this answer to the interviewers that you are going to wait. That will give a bad impression actually. Okay. Then next what you will do? Now the next thing is either you contact support team. Contact means you will drop an email, or contact business stakeholder, right? You have left with these two options. Now tell me what you will do. Either you will contact the support team or you will contact your business stakeholders.
Support team.
Correct. First of all, contact your support team. See, business stakeholders are your client. Okay. So if you will tell them that I have not received the data and all those things, fine, it is not your mistake. I agree on that. It is a mistake of source team. But ultimately, who is suffering? Tell me.
Stakeholders.
Stakeholders are suffering, right? And you never know if they are suffering. You never know what high level meeting they will do, and then finally maybe they will tell that, okay, there is some problem with the system, they're not getting the data and all those things, let's move the project and give to some other people, or something goes wrong, or maybe you will lose the business. So that is why, especially if you're working in a service based company, you have to take care of all these things. because clients are paying you very huge amount of money. If you know, many a times it happens that if you're not meeting the timelines, you have to give penalty to the client. I hope most of you have seen that if you're in the Salesforce team or if you're in the
Yes,
sales
yes.
team, right? You have to pay penalty. So first of all, quickly drop an email to the support team. Now, support team, if they will tell that yes, they will send in another 5 to 10 minutes, it is fine. But if they will tell that no, there is some technical issue or some other issue, I'm not talking about that, because again, that's a long thread. A lot of issues can happen at that end. Okay. And maybe many times those are valid issues. You see, if support team is not sending data, it is not like they don't want to send data. No, obviously they're facing some problem. Okay. Suppose if the support team tells you that sorry, we don't have, it will take time, we are facing some network issue, or we have not received the data from the Delhi restaurant, or something went wrong, blah 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 blah, then what you have to do? Then in that case, you connect to your business stakeholders. Now, here is again a twist. I will tell you one example of my project, what it happened. Same scenario happened. Okay. We connected with our team lead at that time, team lead or project manager, yeah, someone. They suggested that do one thing, do the rollover. Okay. There is a concept of rollover. Rollover means my project manager told that do one thing. Today is 29th October, right? Okay. My project manager suggested that do one thing. You have data of 28th October, right? So load the data of 28th October for today's date. Are you getting my point? And
Yes.
this is what I think Kashif has mentioned or someone has mentioned.
Yes,
All right?
yes, yes. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
He told do this, and many projects it happens. You are doing some patching and all those things. We have done this. We loaded the data of 28th October. Everything is fine. We published the report. Can you think and tell me what happened after that?
After
Any
that,
idea?
when integration team like pulled this data to perform transformations,
Hmm.
there they found some issue because they have some kind of a logic which actually needs to process that current day data, or that specific.
Okay.
Then they
Okay.
wrong
Suppose Kashif, again integration team is your team only. Then you will bypass that as well, right? Correct? You can bypass it. Integration team is your team only, suppose. Then what's the problem? I understood your point that integration team will catch it, but it is your team only, your manager only. He will tell, okay, leave it, bypass it, not an issue. Load the data in access layer. After that, what he will do? After that, what's the problem?
it will
Any business analyst in this team, in this group, or data analyst who has done that task? No? Okay.
usually we get stuck after that because we would be the team who does those transformations. So
Where you will get stuck? That is what I'm asking. Where do you think you are doing transformation? So in transformation, nothing will happen. You're passing the data. Transformation will happen, right?
yeah, but
Yes.
again at the end of it will at the end of the transformation it will again load it to the source. So
So duplicate data loaded. Ganesh, it will not be duplicate data because a data is duplicate, but you will be mapping today's date on that. 29th October. Data is same, I agree, but that was of 28th October. Today we will map it against 29th October. So data will not be exactly duplicate.
So as a point, on the point of data analyst will not be able to analyze anything because data is
Why?
same.
Correct. When data analyst, because you see the job of data analyst to slice and dice the data, right? To check, to analyze data from multiple angles. Now, data analyst, what he will do, 28th October data he has, and 29th October data you have loaded, right? You guys, what you have done, you have loaded the data of 28th October and 29th October. When data analyst will check the increase in profit or decrease in profit, what will be the number? Tell me.
There will be a no
You will
change.
not see any change.
0, right? Agree?
Yeah.
Delta will be
yes,
0.
Yeah.
Okay. Increase or decrease in loss, what will be delta?
0.
0. And it is highly means it is a very high coincidence that on a particular day there is no delta. Correct?
Yes.
So data analyst will catch it that, oh, how it is possible that exactly same transaction happened, and data analyst is not from your team. Then what will happen? He will raise this concern to the business stakeholders. See, the data analyst is not pointing on you. His task is to analyze and share the numbers or reports to the business stakeholders. That is the task of data analyst, right? He will tell to the business stakeholders. Now, business stakeholders, they will do the analysis and all those things, that how it is possible. And then this rollover, what you have done, it will be caught. Is this clear?
Okay. I mean, now I got the idea what I now understood.
Clear?
Can I request you to
Uh,
repeat and also increase the font?
Ah, sure. Sorry.
Yes,
1
sir.
minute.
It was not very clear to me, if you don't mind repeating.
Yeah, sure.
Tanvir, could
I
you
will
please
repeat it.
repeat? It is not clear
I will
to me.
repeat. I will repeat. I will repeat. Is the font clear
sir.
now?
Font is good.
Font is good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yes.
1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Be on hold. 1 minute.
Oh, I need to be on mute.
Yeah. Hope I'm audible now.
Yes, Tanvir.
Yes,
Okay.
Tanvir.
Sorry. Yeah. Fine. So I will repeat the scenario what I was telling. Listen to that very carefully. Okay. So I was telling that if you have 5 sources and on a particular day, suppose on 28th of October 2022, you have received data from 5 sources, everything is perfect, you have loaded the data, you have cleaned the data, you have moved the data from staging to integration, from integration to access, then finally the Power BI developer has loaded the data on the report, everything is fine. 29th October, what happened? You have received data only from 4 sources. So we discussed here, so in this case, what you will do, okay? First option is wait. You should never wait. Even if you are waiting, you should never tell to the interviewer that you will wait. Very bad impression it will make. Okay. Second option, contact support team. Yes, you should contact the support team. If they are telling that they will share in another few minutes, it is fine. If they are telling that it will take some good amount of time, then what you have to do? Then in that case, you have two options. Option 3, contact business stakeholders and then tell them that this things happens. I have not received data from the one location. So what to do? Okay. And then, or else let me do one thing. Keep this in the fourth option, last option. Never give any problem. Never tell your pain points to the business stakeholders. Okay. Try your level best. So then next option we discuss is do the rollover. Rollover data means you are moving. Rollover is a separate concept. We will discuss this in detail in a separate class. Don't think that I'm teaching rollover now. Okay, because sometimes there are valid rollovers, which even the business stakeholders know that you are doing the rollover that is accepted. So I will discuss on the scenarios. Here, what happened on 29th October, you have received data only from 4 sources. You told to the support team told that it will take time. So you connected with your manager told you that do the rollover. Okay, rollover means manager told you load the data of 28th October on 29th October. Is this clear?
Yes, Tanvir.
Clear,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Tanvir, like
Yeah,
one doubt, Tanvir. So like taking all the data from 20th and moving it to 29th, right?
right.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
How that happens, I will tell you, because don't think that you have a copy in 20th in the staging, you will load that into the directly to the staging layer of 29. There are multiple ways out there because you have received the file on 28. So these all files again will be in the archive folder. We will move it from archive folder to the main folder. All these things I will tell you. Okay, I don't want to go in that discussion now. Just understand that 28th log data we are copy and pasting on 29th. Okay, fine.
Yes,
Is
Tanvir.
that clear, guys? Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so as per your manager or your technical lead suggestion, you have done the rollover. Okay, just to give an impression to the business stakeholder that nothing has happened. Clear? Just to give an impression to the business stakeholder that nothing went wrong, everything is smooth. Fine. You have done the rollover, you copy data of 28th on 29th. You have run the job, data successfully loaded in a staging layer, integration layer, access layer, everything is perfect. Now data analyst, before your business stakeholders, the data analyst will come into picture. Data analyst will analyze the data. He will check that how much our profit has increased on 29th October as compared to 28th October. I believe that you all know that this is the task, one of the important tasks of a data analyst, right? To check how the business is performing, how much we have increased in profit or how much it is decreased in profit, right?
Yeah, day over day calculation.
Day over day, correct. Good word you have used. Day over day, month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, right? So he will check this. Now I have a question. When he will check this parameter, increase or decrease in profit day over day from 28th to 29th, will it give zero answer or not?
Yes, it will give 0.
You all agree, guys?
Can you repeat your question, Tanvir?
My question is, now your data analyst is analyzing increase or decrease in profit on 29th October as compared to 28th. That is day over day. It is checking increase or decrease in profit. Tell me what will be the value of that?
Value will be 0, like there will be no change.
Value will be 0 because 28th data you have copied on 29th, no? So everything will be same. Suppose on 28th, if you are showing that you have done total profit, you have made a total profit of rupees 100. So on 29th again you will show the same number, right? Total profit is rupees 100 only. Agree? Correct?
Tanvir, please correct me. I think that's
Ah,
this thing. What I understand is rollover is like you are showing it only till 28th of October on the same date. We cannot show the records of rather the reports of 28th on 29th, right? We'll just show until 28th and say that is rollover. Is it correct?
no, rollover means the data of 28th. I am loading on 29th.
Clear,
Clear?
please.
But
Sure,
Tanuj,
it is clear. Yeah.
so is it again wrong answer? I mean wrong output, right?
Sorry, your voice not clear. Can you repeat?
So is it again wrong output, right?
No, it will not be wrong output. 1 minute.
So instead we
Suppose,
can tell to our stakeholder that we haven't received the file. That we can say.
that is correct. Better you should tell, that is what I'm telling you. If you are doing the rollover, it means the increase or decrease in profit will be 0. Yesterday you made a profit of 100. Today again the profit is 100, right? So now your data analyst will think that, okay, how it is possible that there's no change in profit, right? Or there is no change in tax, there's no change in sales amount, everything is same, right? It will be a surprising number for the data analyst. You all agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Now your data analyst will connect to your business stakeholders because he's the one who will be giving the demo to the business stakeholders. He will tell them that yesterday this was the number, today this is the number. Even your business stakeholders will also be surprised, correct? So now when they will do all the analysis, then they will schedule a meeting with your team. And then they will ask this question that how is it possible that the numbers are exactly same? So that is why I never do this rollover, because we have faced this problem. Is this clear?
Yes.
I think rollover at that time Kashif has mentioned, right, Kashif? So don't do rollover without discussing with the business stakeholder, just to cover this issue what has happened. That is what I'm doing, because this rollover is a very common activity in any ETL project. If you're doing any manipulation in the number, you will be caught. Make it sure, because data analyst is there who will check each and every number. Okay, so be careful with that.
Tanvir,
Okay.
but there are some
Sorry, your voice is not audible. Hello.
no, there are some scenarios where the rollover needs to be done for a temporary period, right? For example, for first 4 hours.
That is what I told. Rollover has positive scenarios as well. Many times you have positive scenarios. Like suppose take the example on 25th October. Okay. Suppose we have holiday on this, correct?
Yes,
Now on this 25th, when you have holiday, and so there is no transaction, you have kept all your retail outlets closed, right? So on 25th October data, if you're showing on report, what it will display? 0.
Yes.
There is no transaction.
Yes.
So in those cases, your business stakeholders will tell you that do one thing, do the data rollover. But here your business stakeholder is giving you the permission that don't show zero on the report. Do data rollover. It means load the data of 24th October on 25th October. I agree that still this is not the correct number, but here business stakeholders are giving you free hand that no issue. 25th was the holiday, no, you have Diwali, no problem. 24th, whatever transaction has done, exact transaction, copy on 25th. So here your business stakeholders are giving you permission for the rollover. So that is why this is a positive scenario of rollover and it is accepted. But many times the technical leads, they will take advantage of it. And if they have some issue with this numbers what the source has sent, they want to bypass it. They think that, okay, who will do all these calculations? I will wait for the data, leave it, all those things. Do the rollover, load the data of previous day. Never do this activity. That is what I'm telling you. And that is why before this I asked you that tell me what you will say. Is this clear?
Yes, Tanvir. So Tanvir, but there are total four, not four, five steps, right?
4, 5
Here
steps
from
are you
line
not
number
getting?
line number
Uh-huh.
20 to 23, there is
Uh-huh.
one more step, right? We need to revert the rollover also.
Revert the rollover. Why you will revert the roll? First of all, I'm telling you, you should not do rollover at all here. In this case, if you have not received data from a
Okay,
source,
right,
you
got it, got it.
contact the business stakeholder. You tell them clearly that I have not received this data from this source. What to do? Okay, so that's what I'm telling.
Okay.
Not do rollover. Don't do
Okay.
rollover.
Okay.
Okay. I know in what case you are telling. You are telling that sometime what happened in the project, if you have not got the data, so business stakeholders will tell you that okay, rollover. And once you have received the data from the source, then again you have to revert it. I think that is what you are telling, right?
Yeah, exactly,
That is a
exactly.
different scenario. That's a
Okay,
different
okay,
scenario.
okay.
I'll come to that. Okay. So any questions so far, guys?
Clear, Tanvir.
Clear to everyone? Any question?
So yeah, please, one question. I'm just thinking about
Hmm.
this one. So the rollover would be only from the site or the location where you have not received the transaction data from, right? You're not doing the entire thing.
Both the cases are there. I agree this point as well. In Delhi,
Yeah.
the transaction, what has happened? You are telling that Tanvir, what I will do, I will roll over the data of Delhi only. I will not
Yeah.
roll over data of this location because already I have received the data of this. That is what you're telling, Anita?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Even in this case, you will be caught. If you are doing the rollover of Delhi, what will happen? Let me write here. Your data analyst does many kinds of analysis. He will do the total profit day over day, location wise profit day over day, department wise profit day over day. In that SQL group by which I have taught you, in that I will teach you group by roll up concept. Okay, maybe like when I will start window function, I will teach you that. So in that you will see that how the data analysts are doing analysis, that how much the profit has increased day over day, how much profit has increased from one location to another location. So when he will do this analysis of increasing profit from one location to another location, here he will see that okay, in Delhi on 20th, suppose if you have made a profit of 10 rupees, so on 29th again it will show the same number. And again that will be a huge coincidence. How it is possible that everything is same for Delhi location? Because see, when you're doing the analysis, okay, and that is when data analysts, they check that you should be very strong in SQL. Then you can do all this analysis. And then here you will be caught that how the numbers are exactly same in Delhi. Okay?
Yeah. So you're basically going to the granular level of data, right? To see.
Correct. You have to go to the grain of data.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
then only you can make some decision, no? Then only you can
Yeah.
understand how your business is performing. Then only you can make some good business decision. Then only you can give some offers to your customers. See how quickly this Amazon, the Flipkart on during the festive seasons, if you check, no, and this during this Diwali festive season, this Amazon, Flipkart daily basis, or I think hourly basis, they're changing their offers, right? One of my friend bought that Boat headphone. So sometimes the price is 1100, sometimes it's 1200, sometimes it is 850, sometimes it is 830. So how quickly they are changing? It is not manually someone is doing. They have that algorithm. They are checking the price of the competitor and all those things, and accordingly they're publishing that number, right?
Yep.
So that is why data analyst is in huge demand these days. Okay, this is the reason.
Yeah.
Hope it is clear.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay, perfect.
May
So
I know
if
how
you
this
get
comparison is done, Tanvir? I mean, you said, I mean, I totally agree with what you have said. Like there is, change of rates with time. But how will such a guy identify and change it? I mean, how will it be done? How will this change be affected in terms of increase dynamic pricing?
You mean that how the data analyst will find this increase or decrease in profit? Is that your question?
I'm talking about increasing and decreasing price of
Oh,
Amazon that
or
you
that.
just said.
Oh, okay. See, uh, leave that Amazon part. Take the example of your flights, right? You all know that how the price of a seat, like if you're booking a flight from Delhi to Bangalore, right? I'm not sure how many know this calculation. I've worked long back on this. Do you know one thing? No one manually changes this price. It doesn't happen.
Okay.
Here the price, the change in price happens dynamically. Okay, they have that algorithm, and how the algorithm works. Suppose, and the same thing happens in your train if you're booking that premium Tatkal ticket. I'm not sure how many of you know. Maybe I think most of you know that
Yeah,
premium
yeah.
Tatkal. And then when you're booking ticket in Rajdhani Express, same thing happens. If you will check the price, sometime it will be like from Delhi to Bangalore, the price is sometimes 3,000, sometimes 3,100, something like that. So how that algorithm works? First of all, suppose from Delhi to Bangalore flight, in your flight total 200 seats are there. Suppose, okay, and the price of each seat is, suppose I'm taking a random number, maybe 5,000 rupees. Okay, when the number of seats will go down 150, then if you have not observed this, then please observe it. The price will increase automatically. Again, if the number will go down, now you have only 50 seats available, then again the price will go up 8,000, 10,000, something like that. Okay, so here the algorithm, what it is checking, it is checking the remaining number of seats and it is increasing the price.
Demand
Is
and
this
supply.
clear? Demand and supply, correct. That correct economics term you have mentioned.
Yeah, it's making sense. Thank you.
Maybe many of you have observed this. Never the price of means if a seat in flights, you know, it will never remain constant. Now you will check after 1 hour. And one more thing I will tell you. Maybe this will be a surprise for you. 200. Now the price is rupees 5,000. 1 hour. Still 200 seats are available, but the price will be rupees 6,000. You know why? Any guesses? After 1 hour only, they have increased the price. The system has increased the price. You know why?
Because it's traffic, Tanvir.
They will calculate number, hours also.
A number of hits on the site on the specific
Number of hits.
uh.
Number of hits or number of searches. It works on that as well. We have done this when I was working. We have taken a sample project of Make My Trip. Okay, and at that time we have tested this. We have checked this. So when there is more number of searches, many people are searching the flight from Delhi to Bangalore, but no one has booked. Maybe it happens, no. Like generally in my case, I will tell you, when I book a flight, at least I will check 2-3 sites. Paytm, Make My Trip, Flipkart, and all those things. Then I will compare and I will book the one, right? So when you are searching a flight from Delhi to Bangalore, any site, make My Trip. So when you are clicking on that, you are hitting it. And the engine will understand that, oh, there is a demand for this flight, this route. And there's more demand. You're not booking just based on number of hits, how many people have searched it, it will increase the price. But this is again that algorithm works inside that. Is that clear?
Clear, Tanvir. Thank you.
Yeah, clear.
Fine. Okay, and then when I will teach you that stream processing. Nowadays you have that stream processing. Earlier we have batch processing. These all are the reasons that why nowadays the companies are adopting a stream processing. They're adopting Kafka and all those things. Okay. So hope at least at a high level this is clear, guys.
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay. Fine. So now let's move back. So hope this scenario is clear. If the number of sources are not same, then what will happen? What you have to do? If anyone is asking this question, we should be able to answer and take this as in such a way that you were working in the project. Okay, you have to imagine like that yes, you're working in that project. Okay. Then only in the interview you can convince the interviewer with all this. You see, if someone is asking this question, and if you have told all this explanation what I told, trust me, he will believe that you have worked in the Etl project. Okay, fine then. Where is that
Actually,
next? Hmm.
sir, actually I have a small doubt on that. Like same one, the sources part.
Uh-huh.
Actually, if you
Tell
can
me.
go back to that notepad plus plus, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
so actually here we are taking like the sources are not the same for both the days, okay? But if I take the case like the sources remain same, but by mistake the data are like coming same, like the sources are 5 only, but for
Hmm.
both the days the data is coming the same by mistake or due to some issue. So is this kind of like scenario happens in real time, like data is also
Uh-huh.
coming same way, like the data of
Tanvir, like,
day 28 is same as data of 29th.
Tanvir, I think
Hmm.
he's saying if the
1 minute,
same
Kashif,
data.
Kashif, Kashif, Kashif. Hold on. Let him complete. Let him. I understood what he's telling.
Yeah,
I understood everything.
yes.
So Shujit,
So
anything you want to add on top of it?
no. This much only I had a
Okay, good.
doubt on. Yeah.
Good use case. So this I'll be covering here. I have that. Where is that? Duplicate file validation. I have not mentioned here. Okay, it is not there, but I will cover that part. Okay, I understood your
Okay. Okay.
question. Your question is that then we maybe on 29, suppose
Hmm.
by mistake source has sent the data of 28.
Yes.
That is what you're asking, right? Then what will happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
I will.
on both the we receive the same data, but the
Uh,
sources can't remain the same, but the data is like identical on both the days by
identical.
mistake.
Means maybe by mistake they have taken the data of 28th only and they have sent. It is not your
Yeah.
mistake, the source mistake. Then what you will do? I will cover
Yes.
that part.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I will
Yeah.
come to that part. I will cover it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Uh,
Tanvir,
Thanks.
I
yeah,
have a
Kashif.
same doubt in that because
Uh-huh.
because as Sujit asked the question, right? If they have sent the same data on the data of 29th, then when we process the data also, it will not be getting caught. It will assume that the data is valid. So should we put any valid checks over there? What kind of valid checks should we be add in that uh, issues?
Yeah, I will cover that point. I will tell you. It happens
Okay,
actually. I will
okay,
cover that point. Okay,
okay,
not an
okay,
issue.
okay.
Uh, hope this first point is clear. Count of source points, and this is a very frequent activity. It happens in almost in all the ETL projects where I have worked. This happens. Okay, so you should know what you have to do. Any question on this point number one?
Then we just have like one question I'm asking out of
Hmm.
curiosity. Like as you said yesterday, we receive a data from 5 location, and today we receive a data from 4 location, right? Not from Delhi. We have received data from only from Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, and Hyderabad. So like
Right.
instead of sending a rollover data or instead of sending a duplicate data, can we do like we can send the data on we can load the data for 4 location and we can send a note to the business analyst or the data analyst or the business stakeholder team that yes, we have a data only for 4 location and the fifth one is for like is pending due to some technical reason or whatsoever reason. And there could be some threshold limit as well, right?
Hmm.
In that scenario. So can we cover this under as a threshold limit?
Uh, See, that threshold number, I think what you are telling, are you talking about a threshold which I taught in previous week?
Yes,
Is
yes.
that, no, that threshold will not work here because here actually that threshold is applicable when you have received the data. But in
Mhm.
that data, there is some mistake, some missing value. Then that threshold will come into picture.
Okay,
Here,
okay.
here you have missed the data from one source at all, right?
Okay, but in that scenario, like, can we do that this part? Like, we can send a note in that particular, like, we have uploaded the data for 4 location. However, for fifth location, we are not getting data from source only due to some XY reason.
Yeah, good thought. But I will tell you negative consequence of it. What happened? Suppose
Tanvir,
here,
can you explain that same question one time, Tanvir, before telling the consequences? Like,
Which
can you
which
rephrase
which
the
question?
question? Rephrase the question once, please.
What Manish has asked.
Yes, yes.
I will answer. I will rephrase that and I will answer that as well. Okay. Manish told that Tanvir, okay, fine. Delhi restaurant data you have not received. Do one thing. You have received the data of 4 sources. Load it. Do all the things. Generate the report, and at the same time drop an email to the business stakeholder that we have not received the data of Delhi. We have received the data of only these 4 locations. So what the number you will be looking at today will be having data of these 4 locations. Okay, this is what Manish is suggesting. Am I correct, Manish?
Yes, yes, Tanvir.
Okay. I will tell you what's the problem with this scenario. For me, suppose I know that my stakeholders are, suppose Kashif is one stakeholder and suppose Manish is another stakeholder. Okay, I will drop an email to Kashif and Manish. Fine. And I will load the data. Suppose Manish has some automated system where what happened that once I will generate report and send this report to Manish, so Manish is again sending that report to some other system, some other downstream application. It happens, right? Because for me, it is like I am sending data to Kashif and Manish only, but maybe Manish is sending data to some other system as well. Maybe Manish is a senior project manager and Kashif is the associate director. But suppose Manish is reporting to the CEO of the company. So Manish will send that report to CEO or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct, Manish? He will send that to CEO.
definitely.
Now I have dropped an email to you that, okay, Manish, this is the problem. I'm sending the top 4 report. But Manish has some automated system which is triggering that email and it is sending that report to the CEO. Now your CEO is not under the impression that you have missed the data of Delhi because manually you have dropped an email to Kashif and Manish only. So now there will be a communication gap. CEO is thinking that you have sent data of all the 5 locations and he is doing some analysis. Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
This what you have suggested, no, it happens in ETL. But this works in a concept which is known as flash report. I will teach you flash report, then I will tell you what happens. Or else let me complete the flash report now. First of all, is this clear that you should not do that?
Right, right. Got it.
Net story is it is always suggested not to do anything than to assume anything. Here you are assuming that, okay, if I will send data of 4 sources, at least business stakeholder will get some number, right, Manish? You're assuming
Right.
that at least you're giving some number, but your assumptions can be very costly sometimes. So that is why it is suggested better not to do anything than to assume anything in the
I'm
entire ETL
assuming
project.
Tanvir, because like in our project, like in finance, generally we used to receive daily a report as an unapplied report, where like we have mentioned that we have received 100 million on a daily basis, like 100 million as a collection, and out of that, like 60 million has been applied, 20 million in under remittance. So this type of parameters we used to create in that particular report. But sometimes when we didn't get a data from a particular team, so we generally mention a note over there. Yes, we have not received a data from this team, and this is the rest of data. So on that perspective, I just thought we could this then in ETL as well.
So that is agreed with your business stakeholders, right? And they know that, correct?
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
If it is agreed, then it is fine. And I'm telling you in which scenario this agreement works. There is a concept of flash report.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, I will tell you what is a flash report and why is the name flash cell. Okay, flash. Okay. I was working in a project where we used to do investment. Okay, like we have done some investment in real estate. We have done some investment in capital ventures. We have done some investment in environment friendly projects. Those who know this investment part, stock exchange, share, and all these things, maybe you can correlate this. Then pharmaceutical company. Okay, so we used to invest in these sectors. Okay, and then one was like food and beverages. Okay, so on a daily basis, the business stakeholders want to understand that if I'm investing in the real estate, so how much it is performing. Like nowadays, many of the companies, when they take investment from some farm, they're under huge pressure because someone is investing in your company, they want some return, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So when we have invested in these sectors, so obviously we are looking for some good return, right? So on a daily basis, our business stakeholders wants to get an overview of the sectors where we have invested, that how they are performing. They are telling us that we don't want the exact number, but give us a rough estimate at least, so that we can understand how it is working. I will give you one example. I'm not sure I should tell or not. My company invested in PCJ. Maybe if you know PC Jewelers,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? It's a very well-known brand in South India. At that time, Nirav Modi, okay, was also having some stake in this, or he has invested, something was there, okay. And our company has invested good amount of money in this PC Jewelers. You all know what happened with Nirav Modi and all those things. We all know, right? I don't want to repeat all this history. When we heard about this news, okay, so our company quickly, they've taken some decision and they have withdrawn the money. They were having some agreement that we can withdraw this percentage of money and all those things, the financial terms, okay. Immediately they have withdrawn the money from PC Jewelers, okay. So that is why your stakeholders, your portfolio manager, your fund manager has to keep an eye on this sectors, that how it is performing. So maybe if something goes wrong, immediately they can take decision, because sometimes the market will not give you good time to take decision. Is that clear? So in these cases, the stakeholders will tell you to prepare a flash report. Why? Because if they will tell you to create accurate report or the normal report, so you guys will tell them that, okay, in real estate, you have invested in 10 different countries, and 10 different countries data I'm getting at different time. It will take some time. And your business stakeholders cannot wait for that time, because they want just health check of these sectors. So in those cases, they will tell you that I don't want the exact number, sir. Whatever number you have, you load it. Just we want to see the health check of the sectors where we have invested. So in those scenarios, they will tell you that prepare a flash report, because they want to just see a flashing numbers. They don't want the accurate or the exact numbers. So during those cases, if you have not received data from a one source, it will not make much difference in the profit, sales, or whatever number. And if you have received data from 4 sources, you can go ahead and you can load it. It works in the case of flash report. Is this clear or not? Shall I repeat this once more?
Clear, Tanvir.
Repeat the please one.
Yeah, please
Okay.
repeat once.
Okay, I will repeat this part. See, when you are preparing reports, okay, not sure if anyone is from Power BI or reporting background here. There's a concept of flash report, ad hoc report. I will teach you ad hoc report as well. I thought of teaching all those things at the last, but not an issue. We'll cover this. Then there's a concept of ad hoc report. Many other reports are there, okay. Flash report, what it means? It means that sometime your business stakeholders. And you see, this is the reason that nowadays the Power BI and Tableau, it is getting very good momentum, sudden momentum they're getting these days. If you will go back 4 or 5 years, no, hardly few of you have heard about Power BI and Tableau. Why this all reporting tools are getting, everyone is going for this? Why? Because they are creating very fancy report, dashing report. You can see the numbers from multiple angles. You can slice it, you can dice it. You can see the year over year growth, quarter over quarter growth, location over location, department over department, and all those things, right? And when you're getting data at a more granular level, you can make some good decision. But sometimes you just want to check the health of the system. Like I told you, my company, they've invested in all this area: real estate, capital ventures, environment friendly funds, pharmaceutical funds, food and beverages, right? So if anything goes wrong in any of this area, so they have to take immediate decision. I told you the example of PC Jewelers. What happened? My company has invested in this. Suddenly this have something happened with the Nirav Modi. They have withdrawn the money from that company, right? And you might have heard about this. Many times it happens if a company is not performing well. Like take the example of Yes Bank. You all know. I think in 2020, you all know what happened, right? Everyone was in panic. The people who has deposited money, they were standing in queue or outside ATM, right? You want to withdraw your money from that because you know that something is going wrong with this bank. Okay, what happened with Citibank in 2007? US government has injected money in this bank to stabilize it, correct? So that is why your portfolio manager, your fund manager, your stakeholders, and your CEO, they have to keep an eye on the sectors that how it is performing. They are telling you that I don't want the exact number, but just I want to check the health of this. So this kind of reports where you are telling that I just show me the average or some approx number. These reports are known as flash report, and in this report, the business stakeholder will give you freedom that whatever numbers you have received, whatever sources have sent the data, you load it. Okay, so this is known as flash report. Here the business stakeholders, they know that you're not loading the accurate number, the exact number. You are showing the approx number. So when you are happy with this report, where you are just looking at the approx number, just to get a health check of the system. Suppose real estate, okay? Suppose yesterday it is showing as 90 million US dollar, right? And suppose yesterday it is showing 60 million US dollar. So if I'm a portfolio manager, quickly I will do some check here that what happens suddenly from 90 to 60 it is decreased. And then I can make some I know this is not exact number. Maybe it can be 55, maybe it can be 65, maybe it can be 70. But one thing is damn sure, 20 million has decreased. So now quickly I will do the analysis that what went wrong, right? And then I can make some good business decision. Is that clear? Suppose food and beverages or any other thing. Suppose yesterday it was 50 million. Today it is 70 million. It means it is performing well. It means I should do more investment. Correct? Is that clear? Is that clear, guys?
Yes, Tanvi.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, Tanvir.
So this kind of reports are known as flash report. As the name indicates, flash. You just want to flash some numbers just to quickly check that what is happening in my system. Okay. So in this scenarios, your business stakeholders will give you freedom that okay, if you have received data from 4 sources only, no issues, load it. I don't want the exact number. I don't want the accurate number. Just give me overall health check of my system. Like in big data, you know, like if you have work on that primary node, secondary node, right? After every 3 milliseconds, that will give you a beep signal that's to confirm that, yeah, the health check of the system is good, right? Exactly like this. This is just give you a health check. So this kind of report is known as flash report. Here, your business stakeholders will give you freedom that, yes, you can load data from the 4 sources, but this has to be well agreed with the business stakeholders. Is that clear?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, Tanvir,
Tanvir.
it is clear.
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay, fine, perfect. So now these things, that is what I'm telling you. These things you should So these things at a minute level, whatever I know, which I'm sharing with you, if you will explain this in the interview, you are done for the day. Okay, so that is why listen to this very carefully. If you want to make a note of all those things, this will help you a lot. Not only from interview, even if you're working in the real-time project, these are all the very common scenarios I'm telling you. Okay, it happens in any ETL project. Okay, fine then, shall I proceed further?
Sir, one
Yes,
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking out this loud, but when you say load the data, right? I mean, I'm just trying to relate this to my current work environment, right? So load is like, is it B2B messaging or you are actually manually loading the data? But I'm just trying to understand that concept over here when you say load the data.
Load, I will show that part actually in detail tomorrow. Okay, but
Okay.
if I'm telling load the data means, suppose this data I have received today. Okay, I'm just showing you
Yeah.
one record, but like we have millions of records, thousands of records, right? So
Yeah.
when you are getting this data, suppose in a .csv format or .dat format or JSON format, any format, right?
Yeah.
And in your system, suppose if you're working on Oracle, or if you have Postgres, or whatever you have, tell me one thing, will you keep data in your Excel only?
No, you wouldn't.
No, you will load this in some database, correct?
Oh, okay. Load.
Correct,
Okay.
no?
Yeah.
You will load in some database.
Yeah.
Why? Because you are getting data from multiple sources, huge volume of data. How you can manage in an Excel sheet? So that is why we go for database, no? You will load it
Yeah.
in a database, and then if you're very strong in SQL, you will fire queries. You can get the results as per your requirement, and maybe on top of that, then you can create some dashing reports and all those things. So that is why source can send you data in any format. .csv format, .dat format, .txt format, XLS format, XML format, JSON format, maybe API, the API link they can share with you, or maybe they will load data in some other database. In my project, I was working in 2016. I used to get data in MS SQL Server. And this data only, which I told you right now, that real estate and all those things, okay? And this data we used to load in Oracle. Okay, so from this database, I'm loading in Oracle. So this all happens. Okay, now how to load? We have a loader. Okay, and many times you can write a script as well. And that is the task of data engineers, that how to load data. But I will share you tomorrow. I will do one thing. I will share on that MS SQL Server. I will take a file. I will keep some data, and I will show you that how I am loading that in the SQL Server. Okay, one realistic feeling. I will show you that how it happens. Okay. But guys, these all things are very interesting. I remember, like, actually I started my career with Infosys. I was trained in my mainframe and all those things. Okay, but Citibank was my first project, and it was very interesting. But when I started working in the ETL project, it was very much interesting that I never changed my domain, my technology architect, nothing I changed. I told that no, I'll work in this only. So whenever I switched any other company, first of all, I have done that agreement that I will work in ETL only. If you have project in ETL, that is fine. I will not work in any other project. So this is very interesting. And for the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to rule the market. Okay. So even if it is tough, please try to digest it. If you're good at data, that is why you know what? You know this? Data is the new oil. You see, this is a very heavy term. Data is a new oil. Why? Because if you know the data, you know your business. Correct? Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any other question?
Yes, Sanveer. I mean, from the example that you've just quoted, you said you've migrated data from a SQL Server to Oracle, but both of them are databases, right? So, what was the reason of
then why I have
shifting?
done this?
Yeah.
Correct. Why I have done this? Actually, what happened? No, at that time when I have done this, the same example which I have mentioned you here, which one? This one. So here, when we have done investment in this different classes, this is known as asset classes. Okay, real estate is one asset class. Capital ventures is one asset class. Environment friendly funds are separate asset class. Okay, so these all systems, they were sending data in different format. Few of them, they were sending data in .dat format and different format. Then we thought that, okay, all of them are sending in different format, what to do? Then we finalized that we will keep Oracle as the one format. And if someone is sending a SQL Server, someone sending is .dat, someone is sending in .xls format, in .xml format, .csv format, because they all are different sources. Okay. So then we finalized that, okay, we will load all these things in one common database, and we selected Oracle at that time in 2015. Like Hive, Postgres, all these things was not that much famous. Okay, we have very limited. Microsoft SQL Server and Oracle, these two were the leaders at that time. And those who are working in retail banking, where you have very huge volume of data, then they go for Teradata and Netezza. Okay, but these two were very famous during those days. And that is why we thought that, okay, we will load all this data in the Oracle. And what we have done in the staging layer, we created separate tables for all these sources, separate. I will tell you that tomorrow. Okay, don't worry. I hope I answered your question, Naveen.
Yeah, yes, Tanvir, thank you.
But if your question is that why you have not chosen MS SQL Server, Tanvir, instead of Oracle, so that is a very big discussion. It happened in the project. Then we finalized that Oracle because of some reason, because our reporting tool at that time was OBI only. Maybe Oracle Business Intelligence. Before this Power BI W, there was this OBI. Everyone was working on OBI report. That was very common, very famous at that time.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's not new generation BI tool. It's an old generation.
It's an old generation of BI tool, right? Yes, Oracle Business Intelligence. But now, if someone has worked on Power BI or Tableau, if you will see this OBI, you will think that, oh, it's a very legacy system. It is very looking very dull and all those things. Even when I look at OBI report now, it seems that, oh, this is very dull here. So that's why. So technology and the trends, the architect, it keeps on changing. That is why I tell you guys, don't trust any tool. You never know when that will leave you, right? So trust the technology, trust the architecture. Like whatever I'm teaching, if you go to the cloud, that is also working on this format only. What is your Amazon S3 bucket? It is a database only, right? Correct. What is your API? It is a source of data only. Got it? So this technology, little bit, the architecture, the framework will change, but the underlying architecture is that only. You are receiving data from multiple sources, you are processing it, you are cleaning it, you are loading in a final layer, and you are showing the report. This is the main task of any data, any Etl project. Is that clear?
Yes, Tanvir, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Any other question, guys? Anyone?
Maybe
Yeah,
one more
actually,
question.
sir, I have a question regarding that rollover one.
Regarding what?
Rollover.
Sorry, rollover.
Yeah,
Tell me.
rollover. Yeah. So suppose that at the for the third option, suppose our team lead or manager is saying like rollover is also not an feasible option. Okay. So then what will be the scenario in real time?
You see, first of all, rollover you should never do on your assumption.
Means yeah.
First of all, I will tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. But if they're telling that rollover you should not do, then directly drop an email to the business stakeholders.
Okay.
Tell
So
them that, sir, we have not received the. Then you have to mention them, because that is what I told you. That you should not show any data than to show incorrect data. If you're not showing any data, that's not a problem. At least high level, you will get an escalation. But if you're showing incorrect number, and suppose based on that incorrect number, your business stakeholders has taken some wrong decision, that's a big problem. Right? And most of the companies, when they are facing loss or something will happen, it is because they're not taking good business decisions. All right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Fine then. Okay. Any other question? I think Anita
was asking something.
Anita was asking.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, actually, you touched based on Airflow and Kafka, right? What are those actually, if you don't mind covering that, like, just giving a, or we can just wait till, that topic comes.
Postgres and Kafka, you told, no?
It's Airflow and Kafka.
No, no, Airflow, I'm not telling anything about now. Kafka
Okay.
is
Yeah.
like, I will teach you in detail, although that is
Okay.
not a part of this curriculum, but if you guys are interested, I will cover that. Okay. Kafka is a messaging system. Okay. Mass, 1 minute, guys.
Uh, oh God. Ouch.
Okay. Okay. So Kafka is a messaging system. Okay. Kafka is a messaging system at a very high level. I'm telling you now. Okay. And then I will teach you in detail that in Kafka, what is topic, what is message, and why we have adopted it, why it is fast, and all those things. Okay. Earlier, what happened? Earlier means if you go back to 2015, uh, when you go to a bank, okay, any bank, and if you will deposit the money, suppose I deposited 1,000 rupees in any bank ABC. Okay. Can you tell me after after what time duration you will get a notification that 1,000 has been created in your account? What happened during those days?
It was like 2 or 5 minutes. Like today, it's like less than a second. You get a message the moment you draw money or deposit money.
Today, less than means within immediately you will get, right? You have deposited and you will get a message in your mobile that this amount has been created in your bank account, right? Earlier 2015 or 2010, 15, I am sure 15, I have seen that, I observed it. After generally 4 to 5 hours, right? It will reflect in your bank account. You'll open that app. In 15, again, that app was not that much famous like it is nowadays, right? You will open the bank account, you will check that amount is credited or not, and that will take some time, right? And sometime it happens, you will call to the customer care that, sir, I have deposited this amount, but still it is not reflecting in my account. And they will tell you that, oh, please wait for some time, 2 to 3 hours, then it will be reflected. Uh, have you observed this scenario? Have you
Yes, Tanvir.
experienced this one? Right?
Yes.
Why? Because earlier, before 2015 or 14, some random years, I'm telling you, we were staying in the era of batch processing. What is a batch processing? We will discuss in detail. We have a separate slide for that. In batch processing, what happens? Even if your salary, your company, the salary what is which is getting created in your account, it works on batch processing only. Many times you will listen from your colleague that, okay, your salary has been created, and some other your colleague, the salary has not been created. So they check with the payroll team. They told that, okay, wait for 2 hours, then it will be created. So what happens? It's a batch processing. In batch processing, what happens? Every batch will run after a duration of 6 hours, 4 hours, or 8 hours. There is some duration that depends from one business to business. Okay. Suppose if the batch duration is 4 hours, what happened? After every 4 hours, suppose at 1 p.m., you are running a batch. So next job or the batch will run at 5 p.m. So between 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., what all transaction has happened, the batch will pick all those transactions at 4 p.m. and it will process it. So at 2 p.m., if someone is depositing money, it will be reflected at 5 p.m. If 3 p.m., if someone has deposited money, it will reflect at 5 p.m. If someone has deposited money at 4 p.m., it will reflect at 5 p.m. Because your batch will run at what time? 5 p.m. So at this 5 p.m., the job will pick all the tasks, all the transactions between 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and then it will run it. This is known as batch processing. And same thing happens still when you're getting salary from your company. What happened? They are processing salary in batches, and especially this happens with the service-based companies like Infosys, TCS, so many other companies. They will credit salary in batches, like 10,000 employees will get salary in one batch. Next 20,000 employees will get salary in separate batch. So this is known as batch processing. Your engine will pick the transactions of a particular duration, and then it will process it, and then it will do it with an update or whatever it wants. Is that clear? But nowadays you are living in an era of stream processing. This is also known as real-time processing. Okay. The very good example I will give. Okay, first of all, is the batch processing clear?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Is the batch processing clear to everyone?
Yes, Tanvir.
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay. Now, what is the stream processing or real-time processing? I went to a shop. Take the example of Big Bazaar. Okay, I went to Big Bazaar. I'm standing at the cash counter. I have done a payment of rupees 2000 rupees. Okay. How many of you have experienced this? Immediately in fraction of second, one beep beep sound will come in your mobile and you will get a notification that Mr. Tanveer, you have done a transaction of this much 2000 rupees. Next time when you will buy, we will give you a discount of rupees 500. Have you observed or experienced this? Anyone?
Yes, Tanvir.
Yes, Tanvi, I have like received this
You
message
all
not
immediately you are getting this message, right? So how it is working, this is known as stream processing. In this, what will happen, your engine will with the moment it will receive a transaction, quickly it will process and it will do the task. It will not wait for batch. So this is known as stream processing or real-time processing, and Kafka is related to this one. And that is why Kafka we are using these days for messaging system, and this is very fast. All the things nowadays it is happening on real-time processing, because nowadays no one can wait for 5 hours or 6 hours. Suppose I'm standing at the Big Bazaar, I got this message, the next time if you do a transaction of rupees 500, and maybe suppose I thought, oh, it's a good deal, let's do some more transaction, I'll do a quick transaction, right? And suppose if I'm getting this message after 5 hours, now where I am, now I am in my home. Do you think I will go again to Big Bazaar especially to reimburse this 500 rupees? No, correct? So that is why this real-time processing or stream processing, it's a very frequent is happening these days. Most of the business, most of the transactions, it is working on stream processing or real-time processing. And that's why immediately you're getting messages, because they know that immediately if they will give some offer to you, you will take some decisions. Hope it is clear?
Yeah, especially in FMCG sector.
Especially where?
FMCG, fast moving consumer goods.
Right. FMCG, yeah. Correct. At a very high level, I have tried to explain you what is batch processing and what is stream processing. And with a real-time example, I have tried to explain you. And these all are very common interview questions you will get in this batch processing, stream processing, very common. They will ask you. And always don't give the ready-made answer, the Google answer. Try to explain in such a way which should prove that, oh, this guy has worked in this project. Okay, fine, guys. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay, any other question? Anyone?
Yes, Tanvir. In the beginning of the session, you used 4 words which I don't understand. I'll read them out. You talked about patching, integration team,
Okay.
staging, and access layer. At a high level, could you please
Patching,
tell this?
integration,
Integration team
access layer, integration team, and then what I told?
and staging is what I remember. I jotted down.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, all these things we will discuss in detail, but fine. I can understand your eagerness to understand this, so I will tell you very quickly. Okay, I will tell you very quickly. Patching, it is like sometime it happens no that when our tire gets punctured, right? We'll do some patching there, right? So that it should work for some time being. Same thing happen in your ETL project. If something goes wrong in the code or somewhere, if it goes wrong, what we used to do is we will do some patching there. Patching in the sense, if suppose tomorrow is your production or tomorrow you have to deliver a report, right? And right now it is 4:40 p.m. now. Your team has observed an issue in the system, right? Now, if you're going to fix that issue, it will take 3-4 hours. Okay. Or maybe you have to do more root cause analysis. So in that case, what we used to do is we will check where the issue is and we will apply a quick fix there. That will not be a permanent fix. We will apply a quick fix. And sometimes that
Can we say temporary fix?
temporary fix, yeah, temporary fix. Okay, so sometime what happened, that temporary fix, what happens, if I know like many of you have not worked on Informatica, so what happened, we will write some query, some update query or some other query, okay, which we should not do, okay, and that is done actually secretly. No one knows about that because that is not allowed. You are running some hard coding queries after this everything. I'm not telling in detail. Something like, suppose if the number is not correct, okay, so we will write some update query or delete query, okay, and we will try to fix it quickly, or we will modify the data. So that is known as a quick fix, just a patching. But if you will get caught that okay, he has done that patching, that will be a big problem. So you have to do that in an intelligent way, and that will come when you have some good experience, right? So those things are known as patching, very quick fix you are doing, and you are thinking that once it will be delivered, then again you will think about that, and then you will try to convince your business stakeholders that this thing happened, and because of that you are doing this. And you know the business stakeholders know that the ETL guys, they are making me fool. It happens. All these things are diplomatic answers, the politics, it happens. And that is why many times you will see there will be very heated discussion will go on between the technical person and the business analyst and the stakeholders, okay, because they will tell that this issue happened because you have not coded properly. Now the technical team will tell that no, we have coded properly, but the source team had not sent the data. It is because you have not told this requirement. This was never discussed earlier. This is a new enhancement, right? So because of all these things, many times we do a quick patching, and sometimes the business stakeholders will tell you that okay, fine, no issues, do it quickly, and once we are done with the release, you now find the root cause and then again do a permanent fix. So that is known as patching. Is that clear?
Yes, Tanvir.
Now integration team, like in ETL, you have separate layers: a stage layer, integration layer, then access layer. This is a very means it needs a detailed explanation, and that is what is your ETL. But a stage layer is somewhere where we are dumping the data what we are getting from the source. We're not applying any logic. We're just cleaning the data, removing the duplicate. Access layer is the final layer where you have the creamy data, the final data, the good quality data, the data what you want, not the junk data. That is known as access layer, and that is why the name is access, because your Power BI developer will connect their system, their application to this layer, and that is why the name is access, because this is accessible to the Power BI developers, because this layer contains the creamy data, and they will hook to this, they will connect to this, and this data they will show on the report. That is why the name is access layer. So generally we have three layers in ETL: staging layer, integration layer, and the access layer. A staging layer is the dining table of your house. A staging layer is like your dumping area of your house. It's like a storehouse. Like you have done a lot of shopping. What you will do once you will reach house, you will dump everything somewhere, right? And then integration layer is your kitchen, where you're cooking all the things. You're applying your transformation logic. You are applying your business logic. That is the integration layer. Access layer is a dining table, where finally with the dish what you have cooked, you have prepared, you will serve it there, right? So these are the different layers. We'll discuss in detail about that.
Thank you for the bullseye answer, Tanvir.
Okay, hope you understood at a very high level.
Yeah,
in
perfect.
detail, I
Perfect
have
explanation.
mentioned.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Any other question, guys?
Clear
Anyone?
from my side, Tanvir.
Like apart from fixing, like patching also means to update or add features also, right? Like because in our project, like there are like database patching and server patching also. So that concept and this concept in ETL is same, like
That is
okay.
that is little bit different, Srijit. That is
Okay,
the little
okay.
bit different. That patching happens on a regular basis. That is a
Yeah,
routine
yeah.
task. Anna.
Yes,
And in that
yes.
duration, they will ask you not to use the database, not to use the server and all
Yes.
those things. That is a different patching. I will tell you separately. Means
Oh,
in the next class, maybe if we'll get that's a different patching.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So this patching concept and that is different. Okay, okay.
That is different. That is different.
Uh,
Okay, fine. Then I need 5 more minutes from you guys. Okay. And I need few volunteers, 2, 3 volunteers. I'm not taking much time. I need a feedback from you for this session. Okay, feedback or suggestion from you. Anyone who wants to go first?
Yeah, I will go.
Yes,
Tanvir,
Tanvir. Naveen.
Tanvir, like the thing is that initially, like I would suggest to just in this notepad, right, to just say that these are all the topics you will cover. So that what happens is that we ask you, we ask you questions, many more questions, and eventually, like you try to not to deviate, but we ask many questions, it gets automatically deviated. So if you can list,
right.
yeah, so if you can list out that today I'm going to take this 5 things, then at the end of the session we can conclude that yes, these were actually covered. That is what is my concern, that because we are going into one topic into another topic,
Correct,
but
correct. I
you
agree.
have, because you have already planned this way it will be better to take, but
Act-
eventually it is getting deviated.
Uh, Actually, you know what happened? Even if you have observed in that SQL class, what happened? Many times people will ask question from different topic. So there strictly, I will tell that no, wait. Or maybe you can ask by end of the session. So right after 8:30, 30 minutes, we're keeping for that. When we're discussing, if you have question, or you can ask from anywhere, right? So there, I'm strictly following that. I'm trying to strictly follow it. If someone is asking question from some other topic, I'm not answering it. But here, what happens? Actually, everything is connected, everything is
Okay.
interlinked. And maybe suppose like Naveen asked about this different layers, right? This The different terms, where is that I mentioned? Yeah, these things. So what happens if I will not answer this? What will happen? It is a human tendency, human nature. Your mind will stick to this only. It will not accept the all the other topics, whatever you're teaching, because here no,
Okay.
everything is interlinked, everything is connected. That is why you see, actually I'm in extraction layer, source layer, but today many times I have discussed about that final reporting part which comes at the end of any ETL cycle. So that is the problem, everything is linked here, connected. But I try to maintain that that flow, to maintain that curriculum which I have designed. But even at the same time, I know that if I will not answer that question, it will not be clear. That is why at a very high level, sometimes I'm giving a flavor of that okay, this means this, like a stream processing, real-time processing. It comes at almost by end of the session or in between somewhere. But today I have answered this now. I think Anita asked this, right? Because of Kafka. Because if I will not answer this, then she'll be thinking, then why Tanvir mentioned about the Kafka? What is the reason for that? So it happens, but yes, I will try to take care of this. I will try to follow that
Yeah,
format. Okay.
second thing I want to say is that timing, like because to explain one thing, it takes a lot of time, right? So if you can extend the time, that would be really great.
Extreme time.
Yeah.
Timing, yeah, it is very challenging. Okay, I will think over that. I will take that. I will take this suggestion from you all, and then maybe if we can increase it from 1:30 to 2 hours. But I cannot commit on that, Kashif, because of that
Yes.
only. If you see that
Yeah.
when I
That's
publish
an,
this session, I mentioned that I'll be taking from 3 to 4 only.
yes.
Okay. So I will think over that. Not an issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's all. That's all from my side.
Any other feedback? Quick
I'm
feedback.
willing now, Naveen.
Yeah, Naveen, yeah, tell me.
I'm willing to do. I mean, you asked for a feedback thing, right? You asked someone to volunteer, so I'm also in.
Yeah, please tell me, yeah. Any feedback you want to share, Naveen?
No, I'm telling that this is really very good. The session is going in a very positive way.
Okay, it's good for you. You're getting benefited, right?
Yeah,
Something
perfect.
is adding in your bucket. Okay, good. Anyone else? Any other feedback? Because I need to modify. If you have some suggestion, So I will try to reframe that. But in the very beginning, I've clearly shot out, this is not for any particular job profile. I'm teaching the generic ETL, which will be helpful to all. So even if you might be observing that I'm not teaching from data analyst but view, or from data engineering view, from ETL tester view, I'm trying to cover all that ETL nuts and bolts. Okay. Any other feedback or
Tanvir, I have
suggestion?
one from the
No,
first class.
Tanvir, so far so good, Tanvir.
Okay, so far so good, Praveen. Thank you.
Tanvir,
Yeah,
I have
Naveen?
I have a point from the very first class, Amit. That day you talked about a local example, Tanvir. Instead of that, if there is a possibility, try and include that day session was entirely on rupees. Instead of that, had you took some example wherein it was like an multinational organization. That way, we will get a comparison between dollars, pounds, and yuan or yen or any other combination. No? That is one thing. If you could add in the first, going forward in the next batches, try to include an international example so that there we have a tinge of dollar conversion in class.
Okay, fine. Actually, for that we have a concept of FX rate, and you're correct. That is a very common thing. You have a currency conversion and all those things. So for that, first of all, I have to teach you this base currency, transactional currency, and the functional currency, and then I will give you a few examples of that. That's a good point.
Great.
I will try to take care of that. Okay, not an issue. Fine. Any final feedback, anyone?
Yeah, Tanvir, like one request, like more hands-on so that we can easily land into a ETL testing job. So like,
you see, this hands-on, I know many of you have this concern with the hands-on. See, hands-on here means writing, if you're talking from ETL testing perspective, okay. So first of all, here, I will help you with that queries where you have to write the query, how to test a particular scenario. But I've clearly mentioned earlier as well, this is not a technical session. Please don't expect me that I'll be writing SQL queries or the Python queries or the Unix queries here, the Unix scripts and all these things, okay? Because otherwise you will deviate from the topic, okay? But yes, and all those things, what I'm telling, this is from the hands-on ETL project only, okay? ETL testing project only. In interviews, what questions you'll be getting, if you're thinking that I will get question in the interviews from SQL. So they will ask you a question that, okay, write a SQL query to find duplicate, that is SQL query to delete duplicate, nth highest, lowest highest, so whatever I'm teaching in the class, Mohan Raj, okay? So those questions will be asked to you from SQL perspective in the ETL testing if you're asking. Okay, so that is more than enough for you.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, I'm telling you that what all test cases will be there, what scenarios you have to test and all those things. Okay. Fine then, guys. We will connect tomorrow, same time, 3, and then we will proceed further. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you.
Tanvir, like,
Thank you.
hello.